Hey, welcome back to the Orange Tree Homestead. Today I'm going to be making a Greywater distribution box out of a 5-gallon bucket. Now if you don't have Greywater, you can actually use this for just ordinary watering in your garden with an ordinary water right out of the hose. Let's check it out. So this right here is a 1/2-inch male thread fitting by 1/2-inch barb fitting. And this side's going to go into the bucket, this side comes out, and you're going to put your drip hose on the barb fitting. That's going to send it to your plants. So I'm going to do 5 of these per bucket, and I'm going to do 2 buckets. And typically the way to get through the bucket is with a bulkhead union, where you drill a hole through and then send this fitting in, and then you crank that down with that gasket seal. These are actually pretty expensive, so I wanted to try a different method as well, where I would drill a hole through and use a female threaded adapter and just crank it down through the bucket wall like that. So the first step is going to be marking where to drill on the bottom of the bucket, and you want it as low as possible, but they all have to be even if you're doing multiples in the bucket, so they get even distribution. So I'm going to just come up a little bit from the bottom, not too close to the bottom, or else I won't have room for this on the other side. So maybe a 1/2 inch from the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and mark it just like that. And so what we're going to do is carefully drill through and check as we go, because you do not want to over drill it. You want it to be nice and snug. So I've got a step bit here in my drill, and I'm going to go for it. This plastic bucket drills through very easy, so be really careful drilling this stuff. And nice and easy, do not over drill it, or else you're going to have to switch systems because your fitting won't, it'll just go right through it. Alright, we're going to try that again. We're still a tiny bit too big, no problem. Do it again. Try it again and see if that worked. Almost, but we're just going to go a hair bigger. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, so you can actually thread it through. It's so tight that you're not going to push it through. You're going to just tighten it through. So that's all the way in. There it is on the other side. I'll show you what we're going to do next is take this fitting and tighten it down on the other side. And that's basically hand tight, and that's probably not going to be an issue. I actually have some O-rings that I got that may need to go on there, but I wanted to see if it'll work without it, because there's not going to be much water pressure on this, so it should work. So what I'm going to do now, because this part's pretty important, is take the whole thing out. Since we know this one fit and it works and it's right where we want it, for the next 4 more I'm going to measure and do it perfectly to exact measurement off the bottom, so that they all have equal amount of water coming out, because if one's too high it's not going to get enough water, the other one's be getting more water, so you want it real even. So we're going to go ahead and get the next 4 in and see how that goes. Alright, so we got all 5 of them in, nice and tight, and it turned out that I didn't even really need anything on the other side, because if you drill the holes the right size, then it'll just thread right through the bucket. You got to be really careful when drilling these buckets. It's very easy to over drill with that step bit. So these are cranked in really tight. Now you may be thinking, hey, that's not going to be watertight, you may get some leaks. Well, the thing is, this is never going to have more than this much water in it, because the second it fills up, it flows out. So there may be a tiny amount of leak coming through, but you know, if it is an issue, I have a solution for that, so we'll check that out and see if we need that. But for now, this one's ready, so we're gonna go bring it down to the site of the Greywater and set it up down there. All right, so now we're down in the orchard where we've got our Greywater supply pipe ready to go. The first thing I did was leveled out a zone with the platform, and this is an old box I'm just repurposing. So I've got it nice and level at the right height I want, and then went ahead and took my 1.5-inch hole saw and cut the hole through there. Now this doesn't be sealed, this just pops right through. So that just pops right through. Now I'm just gonna make sure my level's still good over here. So this is a splitter right here. So it's splitting off from the main branch to come fill this distribution box. So now that that's in place, the last thing to do is gonna be cut out the drip lines and run those to each individual tree. Okay, so now all the lines are connected. So you can see there's all the branches out. There's the feed side of it. And I'll probably put weight in there, like rocks or something, or screw it down, because in the wind this could blow over. So yeah, we got five drip points from here. So the drip lines are out. They're all set where they need to go. The next step's gonna be turning on the water and seeing if this thing works out. So here we go. All right, so we've got kitchen faucet on and a bathtub at full speed. So it's quite a bit of water. This has been split 3 times already. So by the time it's here, it's not a ton of flow, but it's a decent amount. So it does look like it's feeding out pretty equally as far as, yeah, each of the 5 distribution points. It does seem to be pretty fairly level. So that's in there. Now we're just going to go down and check each one. So this one's flowing real well. It's got to get some of the bend out of that pipe, or out of that hose line. But yeah, that one's got a good amount of flow. I'll go down to the next one down here at the apple tree. Oh yeah, that's plenty of flow. That's quite a bit of flow, so this is going to work out just nice. All right, the next one is the nectarine, I believe. And this one, this line has some sag in it. It's that one basically up the middle that I'm rocking there. So maybe if I pull some of the slack out of there. We don't seem to be getting much. Oh, there we go. All right, so we are getting good flow here. So that's 3. Number 4. Oh yeah, plenty of flow down here. So that's a nice amount of flow. So I was wondering if this would be, you know, too many splits in the system to lose flow and not get enough. Now we're back to a cherry tree. But no, it appears to be enough flow to share among these 5 trees. But again, we do have the bathtub on and a kitchen faucet, so that's a lot of flow. The bathtub's a high volume flow. But it's a good test, and I'm pretty happy with this. So the final thing, I guess, is to kind of get these drip lines to kind of stay where I want to. They need to relax a little because they were in a coil, but I'm pretty happy with this system. So this is a success. I'll put the lid on and just put something in there to keep the system from completely blowing away in the wind, which definitely would happen. So thanks for stopping by and checking out the video today. Hopefully going to be getting out a longer full video on the entire Greywater system at some point. They'll probably be broken down into 2 videos. This system's just getting really big and fairly complicated, but pretty simple overall. But anyways, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Subscribe to the channel and like the video, and you can hit the bell button, get a notification anytime we drop another video. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.